Welcome back to StarRupture. My name is Nilaus and we are here. Last episode we went out and explored, so really stressing the game in terms of what exploration looks like. Today we're going to be doing the opposite thing. We're going to be stressing the game in terms of what the factory building aspect is looking like. So we're going to build some, I don't want to call them mega factories because it's a little bit contrived, but it's big by the standards of this game. So what we just to restock on what we were supposed to do, sort of the baseline here is we need a power cell in order to get access to the world engine. In order to make a power cell, we need to research it, and that requires electronics and it requires chemicals. So today we're going to make electronics and chemicals in big bases. It's actually going to be 3 factories, because if we look at down here on the furnace, in order for us to make electronics, we have to make synthetic silicon, which is not something we have. So this is actually synthetic silicon is used both for electronics and for chemicals, so we're going to make a big build of synthetic silicon, and then we're going to make a small build of electronics and a medium build of chemicals, where we're going to be requesting this synthetic silicon in. So the big part is going to be it's going to be 3 different factories, 3 different styles. This one is going to be heavily everything built on site. This one will be request things in and build it, so we get 2 different things, and then chemicals will be a little bit of each. So I want to group those into one video so we can actually just complete the mission or the next step of the mission, and also just take a look at factory building. So that is going to be the objective. I have, of course, prepared a little bit in advance because we are going to need a lot. So you can see I have a lot of construction parts in my inventory. I made a little path. What we're going to need for the build is, well, let's actually just look at it here. Let's look at a furnace that goes up here and go in here. So what we need to make in silicon is, in order to make, we make 2 for each craft.
Has finished regenerating.
Thank you. Synthetic silicon, we get 2 of those, and we get 1 helium, which is not bad, and we get 2 ceramics, which is not bad because ceramics is crafted in pairs of 2. So and then some calcium powder. So this calcium powder is just calcium or calcite. Ceramics is calcite and wolfram, and this one is of course just the mined helium. So that's what we need. We need somewhere we have lots of calcite, and we have some wolfram nearby as well, and some hydrogen as well. So that means that if we look at our map, we actually have some hydrogen up here and here, and then we have down here we have some good calcite, and we have some wolfram. So this is going to be our big area. You can see someone has been walking around a lot. I wonder why they have been walking around there a lot. Would it be just to prepare a gigantic platform to support our endeavors here? Oh yes, it certainly is. So we have something out here. That is a big platform, and this is the flattest place I could find, but you can still see that these things are sticking through, and I hate it. But if I build it further up, then it would have other problems, and then would be the issue of the pillars below. That would be the problem. So I just built this, and this is going to be how we do it. So we're going to find somewhere to start building, and intricately enough, I want to build it big. So let's start with one of these, and that's gonna be I'm gonna build it like there, right there. Just this is gonna be where we start. So we need, this is gonna be synthetic silicon. So synthetic silicon is using, it's crafting 2 every 2 seconds, but the craft time is 2 seconds. So every 2 seconds it needs 2 ceramics, so it needs 1 ceramic per second, and it needs half a helium and 1 calcium powder. So let's have a look at the ceramic to see how that would fit, and that just so happens to let me just place it here. And if we look at the ceramics, we are making 2 every 2 seconds, so that matches perfectly. That means we need 1 calcite and 1 wolfram powder in here. So now we already have these 3 tiles. They are already dedicated, autosave, to this goes directly, and then this one has to come in from the side, and this one come in from the side. So since hydrogen is up here, we already built the refinery or whatever, the miner, and also the wolfram is down here, so that's gonna go. So we'll use this space over here for making the wolfram powder, which we'll need to get in here, and then we can sort of go back and look at the calcite and then see, okay, so in order for us to make the calcite, I believe that's made in one of these. Let's go in here and see. This will make calcite, and this makes 2 every 2 seconds, so it makes 1 every second. This one is consuming 1 every 2 seconds, so we can actually have 2 of these here. And that also goes into that one. Good. So one fabricator here can go in. So the one fabricator though is using one block every 2 seconds. And I know that the blocks are coming in from a smelter and they come in different recipes. So that means that I need a smelter, but I want to make it... I want to make it here. Actually, kind of want this one. This one. Oh, that built too high, didn't it? Yes, it did. Of course. You. And there. And then remove the other one. And patch it up. So, this one, this smelter here, will make blocks. It makes 2 blocks every 2 seconds, so 1 block every second. That means I can then do that one here. That's going to be the same fabricator, and then that goes into... No, it's... Did I select it? Yes. Here. Here. Right, so what we now have is one smelter of calcite comes into all of this. And let's put one more down here. So now this is where I'm saying that this is kind of a big build, at least for this. And the next thing is, well, what's the output like? Because a belt in this game is super, super constraining. They can only carry 4 items per second, the tier 2 belt. So that's very limiting compared to constraining. That means that if we look at, go here, that one, this will make 2 per 2 seconds, so it makes 1 per second. That means I can only have 4 of these machines onto a single belt. That means I need to consolidate 4 of these onto one belt, and then I need to consolidate the other 4 onto the other belt. Okay, so let's build the rest of these buildings here. Let's go out of that. And let's see, just to make it consistent, that one's going to be here and here. And then the smelter. That now selected smelter? Yes, I think it is. And that will be 3 tiles in between. Then remember, we also needed for the calcium powder. So I'm actually going to do something else here as well. I'm going to do one. Do I like that? No. 1, 2. I think I actually want it like this, because we need the calcium powder as well, and that is this way and there, right? Yes. And that means this one can take out. There. So now this is the inbound. We have 3 calcite deposits down here. They're going to be coming in on these 3 lines and be split into these 2 and these 4. Then let's get a little bit closer to what we're building over here. This will make 1 calcium block per second. And then we need to go into, I believe it's a furnace. Is it? For the calcium powder, let's have a look. Yes, calcium powder is a furnace. Good. And then we need a lot of this. And I'm kind of suspecting that I might have made a mistake somewhere. I thought I had calculated it perfectly. There's 4 tiles out there, that's fine. 3 tiles here, 3 tiles stove. Okay, so this, yeah, it's gonna be fine. These will need to be built all the way because we need a lot. We need 2 full belts of this going in. There. And that now combines over to this location. Good. So this is all of the buildings for this part. But we're missing one thing though. We're still missing one thing. And that's the actual Wolfram powder. That's also a thing. So that's going to come into here. That means it has to go in somewhere. That would mean I'm going to build it. I need 3 in between here. So I like having 3 tiles for sort of transport back and forth. So we can do, oh, this gets a little bit too far that way. Here and here. Yes, and then these will be making, getting that from a smelter. Which will be, nope, undo. Undo. And let's see, that will be, was it correct? I don't even know. That is not a smelter. Try again. Smelter. Here. That one. And that will be the second smelter. So, recipes. Smelter goes in. This makes 2 per 2 seconds, so 1 per second. And this one will then make powder. It takes 1 every 2 seconds and then produces 3. So it's overproducing a little bit, but hey, I like symmetry, so that's good. And there. So these will now be consolidated in onto this belt and then moved into the middle, which will then be combined with this one here. Ooh, is it going to be in the middle? Yeah, it's got to be in the middle, but it'll maybe be a little bit higher, lower. So now comes the, honestly, the hard part. Ooh. Let me see. Yes, this can go in. Okay, let's do the hard part, because that is getting stuff inbound. And here there is a really cool trick. Let's go up here. What we want to do first is we want to say, obviously, this gets in here. And we need 3 inputs for this. And the ceramics goes directly, and the calcite comes from that side, because the calcite is made over there, and it'll be bridged, and then down here on 2 lines somehow. We'll get to that. And then the last thing is I want the hydrogen coming in, which is coming in on this line. So let's make the hydrogen work. Now, these rail connectors, if you place them here, you can go up and down, and that will build it higher or lower. Or you can keep it here, and then you can press the middle mouse button and then scroll wheel, and now it's only the top that extends. You cannot go down, but if you want to go further down, then you have to remove this one, which is something we're going to do a lot as well. And then you press Alt to align it to the level. Press holding Alt still, pressing the middle mouse button, then scrolling down, and now you can actually lower it so that it can go under, or increase it so it can go over. That's a lot of hassle to this, but hey, it's possible. So this, we're going to try it, and then middle mouse and 1 up. Click. Middle mouse, 1 up, click. So if I get something, I'm not going to be linking this one because then it starts flowing. So we're just going to go from here, getting this directly in. And then we want to confirm that we can actually get this one above. Yes, we can. Then we want to confirm that we can get this one in, squeeze it in. That's very nice. This, there. So that means this works. Now we need the other input. The other input is going to be coming from probably the middle lane. Yeah, let's do the middle lane. So we're going to be killing this one. And we're going to have to do that a few times. Here. This one. Middle mouse. Pull it 1 down. Click. 1 down. And here. 1 down. And maybe even there. 1 down. There. And getting this one in. First we drag it all the way in to make sure that it can actually connect underneath. It can. Then we take it from here and drag it up so that it connects. Oops, that's not it. From here and in. From here and in. From here and in. That one goes directly. And this one goes here. 1 up. Enter. And go in. And the hydrogen or helium can go all the way, but this, what is it, calcium powder will have to be like, these 4 are serviced by one belt and the other 4 are serviced by another belt. So that's basically how we're going to be doing this. Over here we're going to do something similar. Let's have a look. I want this to go out. I'll go up here. So the obvious thing is I would use... Let's do this. Yeah, and you are going to consolidate these in here. So these are consolidated and go in here. So this, I have to figure out where this one's going compared to that. I want you to be the easiest. Like so. Nope, not that one. And then I suppose, man, colliding with player. We need to remove these. I'm gonna step aside. Do I want it here? Yeah, let's do it here. It doesn't really matter where I build it, but I just need to do it somewhere. So, Alt to get in a level, middle mouse to get the pillar moving up and down without the base moving, and then scroll down. Carefully getting this done. Yes. So now we can get all of these outbound from here. They consolidate on this belt. Consolidate this. Nope. It is still really finicky, but we're getting the hang of how I want to do this. And yeah, you don't need this many pillars, but it has a nicer look to it, in my opinion. And still, it's also a little bit. So this one goes down. Nope, not that one. Here. Yeah. And then we'll see if it works. Going from here and up. Going from here and up. Yes. Going from here and up. Going from here and up. So that works as well. So we do have a way that we can combine this. And the rest of it is going to be easy because that's just straight in. So, time for me to wrap all of this, set all the recipes, make all the belts, get it ready to go. And now everything has been set up and we are ready to initiate. So what we're going to do is we are going to initiate the 2 simpler ones first. That is up here. We are going to get the hydrogen in, or still not hydrogen. I keep saying hydrogen, but it's helium. That's one. And we're going to get the Wolfram in as well. So once we're going to monitor these and make sure that they actually get the job done. Okay, we can see it coming up here. We can see the other one is coming in here. And I actually really want, not that I need it, but I would like to just see it sort of fill up here. Like this. So we can see this belt will be overstacked. So this will always be jammed because I'm, just for symmetry's sake, then I could make do with 3, but I put 4 in here. And they will just spread out. This is the nice thing about this rail system where it's pull. It's a pull system that they actually sort of, when the first one comes in, is not going to overfill the manifold. Oh, come on.
I recommend finding a safe
I knew it. I spent the whole sort of normal time on doing this. Let me just go through what I've also built over here. We built a box where each of these can be stored, and we have built something where there is a tech in order to get the next tech, which is the mega press, which is a new construction building. We are going to need this synthetic silicon. So we built a pretty neat build over there. The only thing we need is getting this one. I think I should just hook it up now, because why not? That one, and that one. And I can't go, oh, we can actually just stand in here and monitor it for a little bit from our beautiful first floor. Look at that, coming in nicely. Is the last one coming in? The last one should also be coming in. Yes, but they come in small bursts. That's actually interesting why it's only coming in small bursts. Because you'd think that, oh right, it's coming in at the speed that it is producing at. That's why. So this is the max speed, and you can see that it will then spread out. So we're going to be looking at it after the rupture and seeing if things are progressing. We're starting to see some things spread here, and well, it's going to be a mystery. We'll see after the rupture. The rupture is complete, and our factory is starting up again. We should see a new batch coming in here. Yes, as it comes in, and they start trickling in. So we're going to be jumping on up over into. We're going to do this so we can use this. So let's have a look at how this is going. We can definitely see that there's a nice batch coming in here. We need this to be 2 full belts, but there might be a little bit coming in here. 2 full belts over this side. And it spreads in nicely to each of these. And again, the manifold works great. So this the calcite powder comes into the first 4, and then also into the next 4. The hydrogen or helium is coming in at a nice steady state. And over here we're also still seeing a nice supply of the wolfram powder. So these are working, and we should see something also, yes, transferring across. And we have a nice amount here. Basically the first one will just be stacked up just to storage, and the other one will be going exclusively over here to feed all of this research going on here. We think, okay, we're overheated, was pretty good. So this means that this is actually the first thing we wanted to do. Now what we can also do is we can take all of this and use it to complete the next milestone, because the next milestone is that we want to be able to, let me just grab some of this here. Ha! Okay. There, and that goes into, we need a recipe station for some reason. Don't have that, so that is here. And under the furnace, this is also where we, for some reason, really make it in a furnace. So we need to complete this, which means that I need to go find the no. Here's the thing we have to remember. I want to bring the synthetic silicon, the inductor, and the stator in with the discharger, whatever, the dispatcher. So in order for me to do it the correct way, that means I have to build the base for and the receiver locations for these 3 before I go back to the inductor factory and send it out, because otherwise I build the discharger at the inductor factory and then I can't target it somewhere, and then I have to come back to it. So the sequence here is important. First we have to build the skeleton of the base, then we have to go back to these. So let's find a location where we can build this. None of these things are important or are built locally. They're all built in their own separate factories, so we just need somewhere we can import it. Let's have a look. So this is what I want to build, just the preemptive stuff. We have built it. Let's just illustrate it here. There's a nice flat area. And as always, remember to raise it a little bit off the ground. Anyone who joined my Twitch stream will know why, because otherwise it's... Oh, hello. Oh, it's a housewarming party. Nice. Though I don't really particularly want you to come in here. So what I'm going to do is I have now set up these 3 locations. There. This one is called Electro, because I can't call it longer names. So electronics and synthetic silicon. That's what I wanted to call it. But anyway, that means it's electronics. And we're getting silicon in. This one's ready to get inductors in. This is ready to get the stators in. And they will be put in boxes. Then they will be collided on this belt. And then they'll be making factories out here. And then they'll be exported somewhere else as well. So that will be... the first thing. So we'll go back now. I'll go back to each of these locations and I will set them up to send here, and then we can come back and build the other thing. But that's a long haul, because again, one of them is up here. That's the easy one. That's electronic, the silicon. Then this one is the inductor, I think, and this one is the stator. So that's a little bit. And then I also want to get some more energy food, which is all the way up here. So there's a little bit of running around now. So we are now setting up the last of these. This will be the synthetic, and it goes to electro and silicon here. So that will hopefully be sent here. Actually, why do I have so much in inventory? Doesn't matter. It'll be sent back to the new location down here. And then we'll go here. And I have a sneaking suspicion that we have a StarRupture coming just as soon as I get here and start working on the factory. But let's see. We're going to be working on it, and it has been quite a trek. But the good news about the stuff I did off camera is now we have these ones. Energy Boost Chew. They triple natural energy regeneration, which means running is less tedious. It doesn't mean I run faster, it just means that I can run more of the time than previously. And this one, I'll just build it in here. We might as well just fill this up. There we go. And here, can I also just fill these up? Yeah, sure. There you go. So that's coming in, and they will eventually come in with another one, and they'll fill up. Good. So what I need to do is I need to build out here. We need to build a furnace. Furnace. Yes, furnace. This one. And I'm just going to go like this. That's one. And let's have a look at how awful they are. Electronics? Dude, electronics. Ah, right. Okay. Because I need 2 of these. Yeah, okay. Why do I keep running? 200, and I also need 200 of this. I knew it. Well, of course, it's not really a surprise that it comes in, but... okay, we haven't even built anything in here, so let's get this one a little bit cozy. The terminal. I would sort of now have a specific way of doing it now. Here. Then we have that one here. Then you have the food station... Food station should probably be next to it, but that's not actually how I do it. I do the recipe station next to it. Come on. There. And what did I want to do? Oh, right. This is recipe station. Because we haven't even unlocked it yet. We are unlocking it here. Now, that is unlocked. And I will go up here. And then we're going to watch the next. We'll also put a regeneration chamber in here. I just really liked it. Like, so cozy. This is just my design. And we wait for... until we can get started again after the next rupture. Our rupture is done, and we can now start working on it. We're going to see this one. This is making the new one here. And what we're going to see is that this is on a 5-second cycle. So what I really want is I want 5 of these so we get it 1 per second. Then I want 2 of those, 10 in total, so I can get it twice as fast. So we're going to be trying to make this out here and see if we can get 5 of these out here. There? Barely, but maybe. Yeah. I'm doing it mainly like this because I think I can make a really nice build here in the middle. Put the gun away. There. Good. So let's start designing what this is going to look like. So obviously, this one will go down the middle. So let's see. We are going to build... So we're going to get something here. That's going to be in the middle. This one is going to be lower, and this one's going to be higher. So remember, when we build them higher... I'm saying remember, but you're still in the same video. But I've been spending 4 hours since that recording part of just running around like an absolute idiot. So here, we're going to do it like this. So there's lower, normal, and higher. And then we're going to be building that for all of it. And in order to do that, we're going to be taking out a little bit... these ones have to be taken out. Yeah. And then I can build this part here. Go down. Down. Up. It's a lot of clicking here, but it's nice that it's possible. Yeah. And then the top one. Nope, that's not it. See, now I did it wrong. I raised the entire thing up. And what I wanted to do was actually only raise. Yeah. Middle mouse, scroll up. Middle mouse, scroll up. Click. Alright, let's see if it works. And that means we are going to get... And... yeah. So first let's drag this line forward. And drag the middle line forward so we can at least see that they are hopefully not intersecting each other. Oh man, I'm putting way too much effort into it without testing one. I'm just putting my full faith in me not understanding how these belts interweave. Let's see. Good. So now comes the moment of truth, you can say. This one should be easy. This one is the middle, and this one is there. Yeah. And on this side, that's fine. That's fine. And No, not this one. Oops. From here. Okay, so that looks good, but I need to test the next one as well, because now I'm... Here I intersect both above and below, so it looks gorgeous. Let me complete that. We are now ready to hook it up. Looks gorgeous, I think. And we also took the outputs, and all I need to do now is, hopefully, get the synthetic silicon, get the inductors, and get the stators. There. And then we're going to be watching as it looks hopefully really beautiful. Yes, looks nice. This I think is the best way of making like multi-input factories. So there you have it. That's a great way of doing this. But we're not done. This makes us electronics, which is nice. This is nice. This is one part, but we also still need some to make the chemicals. So that's gonna be the next thing we want to do, the last thing for today, but it needs to be done. It just needs to be done. So for me, I need to find a location. If we just look at, we're gonna be taking this one out here, just to get a sense of what it needs for the chemicals. The silicon, synthetic silicon we already have. This one just needs to be somewhere from helium, and this one needs, it's quite a lot of wolfram powder, but yeah, well that's the next thing, right? So this is input from drones. This is input from a refinery, and then it's mainly the factory-wise. It's only the wolfram fab we built. So let's find a location, build that. So we have a new platform up here, and this is close to the other location because we do have some more wolfram down here. We do need. I've done a little bit of calculation. We might actually need to extend it further out, but we're gonna start by getting. Let's put the gun away. That's not why we're here. I will get these 3 lines. This line is important. So this will be a consolidated line. So I need to put, I don't know. We need to put a smelter back here somewhere without it being interfering anything else. So let's build it like this. That is 1, 2, 3. You and you. We need 2 of these. And then we need 1 of the receivers. That's going to be here. And I'm going to make it wider. There we go. So that means hydrogen comes in over on that side. This one comes here and here. Then we want to get it into the first build. The first thing we need to build is actually going to be furnace. We're going to be building double furnace builds. So let's see. That will start from this location, I think, and this location. So I need to go further up to just make sure that I see it. Okay, actually this could be fine. There. That one's going to be the outer one. And then 1, 2, 3 here. Good. Let's go down and check this out. So what I'm going to do is I am going to make chemicals. They need 1 of these. They're just coming in from the requester. They need 1 of these. They're just coming in from the mining. They need 3 of these per 2 seconds. That means we need to make this, which makes 3 per 2 seconds. That's perfect. And then it needs 1 wolfram bar in every 2 seconds. So that means I can support 8 of these with 1 belt. This is why I'm bringing 2 smelters, because 2 smelters can support 8. So now all I need to do is I need to build 8 of these. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that actually just looks like as a pretty good sizing for this. Remember that goes in the level. There. That means the only thing we're going to get in on this line here will be from here. And these will just consolidate into that one. And then this will only be the wolfram bars. Got it. Careful. That one. And this will now go straight through. Then I will get helium out here and in here. So that will go on 1 belt. Let's do this one first. So you're going to go straight in and into the middle. Then I need 1 thing, which will either be high or low. Let's do the high one because that's easier. you're gonna be high here, and then high, and I'm also gonna get the low ones on the other side. The low one come in from here. That's basically it. We know what to do, so let's hook it all up and get it ready. So we have now one more to set up, and I just realized that I made a little mistake, or not a mistake, but an omission. This one will now be set to synthetic, and it will then send to, which one? Yeah, this one, 175 away. I forgot to give it a name, that's the problem. But it's not a major problem, because it will figure itself out. So that's just why we now have 2 of these dedicated, and we can then head on over. I thought this was be a nice little stroll. Actually, I realized that it's not going to be a great stroll. It's going to be a miserable stroll because it's up on a hill. So we run back up to our base. This is luckily a fast mine. So the mines actually do have different speeds. So this is luckily a fast one. So it helps a lot with the throughput. Yeah. The thing is, like, most of the time, this factory, like all other factories in this game, seem to be idle. So we'll just go. Oh, that's a crazy long autosave. They get worse. And we come up here to our base. Now it's fully hooked up. Well, almost. We're just going to be now hooking it up, because now we can see that we are getting at least the first thing coming inbound. There we go. That is coming in. Do I actually remember to put all the recipes in there? So this should summon from all the way down there, which might take a while. Let's see. Do I have this? No, I do not. That is that. So we just run around, get all of these set up, and that should also. I know the other ones are not set up either because it wasn't requesting them fast enough. There, and over on the other side here, this one will be then set up to the chemicals. Great, and that should start sort of demanding things inbound. Chemicals. Chemicals, come on, I'd like to see something. The silicon coming in, synthetic silicon coming in. That is coming in. Good. And I don't know what synthetic silicon is compared to, you know, normal silicon. Like, I don't know. It's not sand, maybe. That's what they mean. You are coming from there. Coming from there and in there. That should also get us going. This is also fast enough, so we will get stuff inbound. And we are now slowly starting to see all of these coming in. Great. And we're also getting it on the other side. And are we getting any chemicals out? Come on, chemicals. You can do it. Yay, that's the first bit of chemicals. Excellent. So we just need to sit here and wait for us to get 400, because that's what we need to unlock the next tier, and then we can at least unlock that, which is the whole point. So here we have a nice glorious factory. This is a pretty good build. We can actually, from here, we can actually see the 3 factories. This is the chemicals, this is the synthetic silicon, and down here we have the electronics. That's a pretty nice nice view, actually. Now we have the recipe station that we've been working on, and we got that finally. We got the ability to now make a power cell, and we can make it in here. We make a power cell. Woohoo! So now we have that glorious power cell that we were looking for. That will open the first door in the world engine. So that is going to be probably the next episode. Thank you very much for watching this episode. It has been quite a factory building episode. Pretty amazing. And next time we'll be going out and continuing on our quest to figure out what's happening with the world engine. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time, take care and stay effective.